Hi and welcome back to my channel, you guys. This is a special video. This is not the normal video that I would do, but I've seen a couple of YouTubers do this video and I said, you know what, Michelle, you are not a follower in life. However, I do like the concept. So what it is, there are 25 questions and it's a get to know me tag. So I decided, you know what, let me do this. So let's jump right on in. So question number one, what is your middle name? My middle name is Elizabeth, and I'm named after my grandmother, who was Mary Elizabeth. And I like to tell people, you guys, that my middle name comes because of Queen Elizabeth, and so that makes me Queen Michelle Elizabeth. Get where I'm going with that one? Number two, how tall are you? I am 5'5". For some reason, people always seem to think that I'm taller when they look at my videos, my workout videos, or any video that I post or a picture. I don't know why, but I'm not. I'm 5'5", and I like to say I'm average height. Number three, what is your favorite color? Coming and going, my favorite color always has been, always will be purple, because that, you guys, is the color of royalty. Number four, do you have kids? Yes, I have one child. Number five, what did you name your child? My daughter's name is Monique. And she ended up with that name because when I was in middle school, I'm sorry, if you wonder what I'm looking down at, I have my laptop, so I'm scrolling through the questions. But when I was in middle school, I went to school with a young lady. Her name was Monique. I don't recall her last name, but she was one of the sweetest people that you will ever meet in life. I mean, just genuinely a sweet person. I never heard her talk bad about anybody. She didn't hang around a bad crowd. She was just always sweet to everybody that she came in contact with. And because I really loved her personality, I decided that if the good Lord saw fit to allow me to have a daughter, I would name her Monique. And I'll tell you something, a few years back, I think I may have shared this with you guys before, but a few years back, I actually ran into Monique. I forget where I was now, but I ran into her, and my daughter happened to be with me. And so, of course, I introduced the two of them, and I told my daughter, I said, this is who you got your name from. Well, the Monique I went to school with, she was like, oh my God, are you serious? I said, yes. And I said, I just have always loved you as a person, and just the way you carried yourself and the way you treated other people, that I always said that if I ever had a daughter, I would name her Monique. And so I said, here is my Monique. And she was like, oh God, I am so flattered. So that was just a really moving moment. Number six, if you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? And of course, I certainly would, because I love me. I like me. Do I have my flaws? Of course I do. We all have our flaws, right? But I like me. I love me. And yes, I would want to be my own friend if I were not the person that I am. Number seven, do you use sarcasm a lot? I said not a lot, but enough. Depends on the situation, depends on how I feel, and depends on who I'm talking to. Number eight, are you in or have you gone to college? Yes, I have my associate's degree from PG Community College, and I'm 5 classes, you guys, 5 classes short of getting my bachelor's degree. So I really need to get my life together. But you know, life happens. You know, it does. Life happens. That's just the way it is. And I have 2 major bills that I'm actually paying off, which will be done, I'm going to say by September, October. I have to check my planner, but September, October, somewhere around that time frame. So my goal is, fingers crossed, but my goal is to register for a late class in December so that I can continue, and probably just taking 1 class a semester until I'm done, because I've been down that road where I took the minimum of 3 classes per semester, and I've taken as many as 5 classes a semester because I was trying to hurry up and get done. And it is so stressful because I have a full-time job. I now have a business that I'm trying to run, and I'm training in the gym, so I don't want to overwhelm myself. So like I said, I'm going to start working on my 5 classes. All things being equal, and and God willing, the creek don't rise, I will be taking a class late semester in December. Number 9, what is your eye color? It is dark brown. Number 10, scary movie or happy endings. For me, it's always going to be happy endings. I love a good movie with a happy ending. And you know what, as I say that, that made me think about a friend of mine, we were going to do a writing project together. And so we talked about the whole concept of what we would write about, the storyline and all that kind of stuff. And I forget what his ending, what the ending he wanted the ending to be. And I said, oh, wait a minute, hold up, partner. I don't do sad endings. I don't. And he said to me, he said, but Michelle, life is not always about happy endings. I said, you know what? It isn't. I said, but the beauty of writing is that I create the ending that I want. And so I choose not to ever write a story with a sad ending. I'm just not going to do it, you know. And you can feel a certain way about me if you like, but I'm just not going to do it. So for me, happy endings. I mean, not that I don't enjoy an occasional scary movie, but I prefer happy endings. Number 11, favorite smells. For me, I love the smell of fresh cut grass in the summertime, and I love the smell of new magazines. Have you ever opened? I know I'm not the only one. You know, you open up a magazine and you sniff the pages. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just something about a new magazine. The smell is just so, I don't know, refreshing, intoxicating, call it what you want. But fresh cut grass is always, it just reminds me of summers growing up as a kid, and my dad would cut the grass, and I just always have loved that fresh cut grass smell. Not to say that those are the only two smells that I love, but off the top of my head, those are the ones that I can think of. Number 12, do you like tea or coffee? I am a tea lover. Always have been, always will be. It is very, very, very rare that you will ever see me drinking coffee. And I always tell people, if you see me drinking coffee, it's going to be a rough day. Okay? But for me, it's tea. I love all kinds of tea. Number 13, what are your hobbies? Well, I love reading. I love working out. I love powerlifting, and right now I'm loving that I love to make reefs because it is so relaxing. So I have many hobbies, but those are the ones that I can just think of the top of my head that I do on a reoccurring and consistent basis. Number 14, do you have any pets? At the moment, I do not. So we had to put our let me backtrack. The last three dogs that I had, we had them all at the same time. And our collie, his name was Big Boy, he just got old, and so we had to put him to sleep. And that was really, really hard. And then we just had two dogs left. And King was my black lab. Oh my God, this dog, y'all. He was the sweetest dog ever. And one thing I love about labs is they're so in tune to you and how you feel. I never forget, I was involved in a car accident, and my equilibrium was off to the point that, like, I'm sitting up now, I couldn't even sit up without falling over. Of course, my daughter thought that was just the funniest thing in the world. So she would prop me up, and I would fall over again. But my lab cared so much that he jumped on the couch, and my dogs always knew that getting on the furniture was a no-no. But he got up on the couch, and he curled up under my arm, and he just stayed there. If I got up to go to the bathroom, guess what? When I closed the door, I looked down. King is right there in the bathroom. I was like, Jesus, dog, can I get a minute? You know, when I went to bed, he got into the bed and got in my bed, which is a no-no, and actually got and put his head up on my spare pillow. And then he moved to the foot of my bed, and finally he was okay with just being on the floor beside the bed. I didn't have the strength to fight him anyway. But no, I do not have dogs right now, and to be quite honest with you, I don't know that I ever will, because when you lose a dog, or a pet of any kind really, but when you lose a dog, for me, they are more than just pets. They become part of the family, so I'm just not sure I want to go down that road again. So, number 15, do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have a brother and a sister. Queen Michelle, am the middle child, so I do have two siblings. Number 16, what did you want to be when you grew up? Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was younger, I had decided that when I grew up, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver, because there was something about fast cars that just always turned me on. And I used to love me some Dale Earnhardt, y'all. But anyway, that was it. I wanted to be a NASCAR driver when I grew up. In fact, I couldn't wait until I remember the day I went into Seidel Chevrolet, which they're not even around anymore, but I went into Seidel Chevrolet and I bought my first car, which was a Chevy Z24. Love that car. And then, it, of course, after a couple of years, it needed some work. Now, my Z24 had those really fat tires on them, so y'all know they were quite expensive. And the sister was not trying to shell out that kind of money, so I took it back to Seidel, And when I walked in, whew, my dream car was waiting on me. I had a 1987 Burgundy with gray interior Z20 Chevy IROC. Oh my God. Y'all, I love that car. And I came in and I said, "Look, I will be back at the end of the week with my check for this car." I went to my credit union the next day. They were holding it. Matter of fact, my sales guy said, "Look, I've had so many people wanting this car. You sure you're getting it?" I said, "You better tell them they can't have it because it's mine." Sure enough, I showed up on Friday with check in hand and took my car on home. So you couldn't tell me on the open road that I was not a NASCAR driver. Now, I never drove too fast. Let me just say that. Fast enough, but not too fast. But yeah, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver when I grew up. Number 17. What is your idea of a first date? For me, a very first date, I would say going to Starbucks, having a soy peppermint hot chocolate, no whipped cream because I'm lactose intolerant. Or if I'm going straight home by myself, I'll get the whipped cream and worry about the consequences later. Or if it's summertime, I'm going to say a iced green tea. Yep, an iced green tea. But that, I think going to Starbucks is a perfect first date because it allows you to get to know the person, they get to know you without going into an intimate setting. Like, I'm not going to go to your house and you certainly are not going to come to mine. And I just think going to the movies, you can't really talk to get to know one another because you're watching the movie. At least I am. I'm all into the movie. I don't want to talk to you about anything. I am into the movie. So I think a perfect first date would be Starbucks. Now, if I had to pick a second one, it would be going out to dinner because you can, have conversation over a meal. But first off, it would be Starbucks. Number 18, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? I had to write these down because I don't want to leave anybody out. And now let me tell you this. This is not a complete list because there are many YouTubers that I absolutely love. But when I thought about it for this question, these are the ones that came to my mind. So I have the Angel Richardson, love her. Eric Thomas, Lisa Nichols, Ramon at Home, Daryl Eves, Nick Nimmin, Todrick Hall, Gay Babe TV, Miles J, Lyric Rochester, or Lyric Uncut, and she also has a Lyric Rochester channel. Roberto Blake, Glam Fam, Rosanna Pansino. I don't cook, but I love her videos. And she has a channel called Nerdy Nummies. Y'all need to go check that out. And, of course, yours truly, Michelle is Making It Happen. Yes, I am my own favorite YouTube individual. So don't judge me. I like what I like. Number 19. Do you own a Mac or a PC? I own a PC. I've never owned a Mac. Number 20. Favorite memory from childhood? I would say vacations and holidays. Those are some of my favorite memories. I remember when, oh my God, I'm dating myself now. I remember when Montgomery Ward, they used to send out their Christmas catalog. And that catalog would be like maybe about this thick, y'all. And we would all curl up on the couch, me, my sister, my brother, my mom. And we would go through the catalog and we would X off the things that we wanted. And y'all, just as sure as I'm sitting here talking to you, my mom and my dad made sure everything that we checked off in that catalog that we wanted, trust and believe, we ended up getting. Okay, when you came to my house on Christmas morning, you would have thought that there was a house full of kids and it was only 3 of us. And so in turn, I did the same thing with my daughter as she was growing up. Her very first Christmas, mind you, she was born in February. Her very first Christmas that December, when you came into my house, there was stuff all over the couches, under the tree, just everywhere. And you would have thought that I had more than one child, but I didn't. Only had one because I remembered those Christmases of us growing up. I remember planning our vacations to go to Ocean City because back then, honey, we thought Ocean City was the bomb. And I still think that. Or going to our family reunion. So those are some of my fondest memories. And you know what, just as I said that, I thought about the Christmas that we got bikes for Christmas. And that Christmas, it was so warm that I got to go out. Now, we also got in winter coats that Christmas too. I think we got winter coats every year. But that year we got winter coats and we got a bike. It was so nice outside. We couldn't even wear the winter coat because it was too hot for us. So my mom put sweaters on us and we got to go outside and ride our new bikes. So I have a lot of, fond memories. Number 21. How would you describe your fashion sense? Mine is simple to the point. I wear what I like. I don't wear what everybody else is wearing. I don't care to keep up with the latest styles, fashions, trends, all that kind of good stuff. I wear what Michelle likes, and that's it. Period. Because everything is not for everybody. And it bothers me when I see people wearing stuff because it's the latest style, but it doesn't fit you. You know what I mean? Skinny jeans. I don't think I would look right in skinny jeans because I have my hips are way too big and I have way too much tail for skinny jeans. So I wouldn't wear them. I made sure I could fit in them, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? For women, blonde hair is not for everybody, but I see a lot of women with it. You know, I'm going to leave that alone, but I'm just saying. When colored lipsticks came out, you know, MAC has a lot of, for those of you that know MAC Cosmetics, they have a lot of bold colors, and I would see women with bold eyeshadows and bold lip colors. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that's not cute at all. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not one that needs to stay up with the latest in trends and fashion and all that kind of stuff. I wear what I like, and that's it. Number 22. Yes. Number 22, what phone do you have? And the question was iOS versus Android. Right now, I currently have my iPhone 7 Plus, as you can see. I love this peach background too. So I think I'm due for an upgrade next year, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm due for an upgrade next year. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get the 8 or the 10. My understanding is the 10 doesn't have that little circle here at the bottom anymore. So we'll have to see because I do like that. But right now, I was Android. I was team Android for a long time. And when I went to upgrade my phone a few years ago, I said, you know what, let me try something different. I'm going to go with the iPhone. My first iPhone was the iPhone 5. Yeah, the iPhone 5. And I loved it. Oh my goodness, I loved it. And I remember the sales lady, she was like, oh, you are not going to like this. I promise you'll be back by the end of the week and you're going to get an Android. Honey, I am hooked. I will always be team iPhone, okay? Number 23, what is one of your bad habits? One of my bad habits that I can think of off the top of my head would be letting my face show how I really feel. You know, some people can be pissed off and angry, but you would never know it unless they told you. Me, my face tells the whole story. Even if I don't say a word, you can look at my face and you can tell how I'm really feeling. So in a way, that's kind of a bad habit because you can read me. See, I'm trying to get to a point where you can't really read me to know what's on my mind, because chances are you can look at my face and tell exactly what I'm thinking. Number 24, what is the last movie you saw? The last movie that I saw was A Quiet Place, which, by the way, was a wonderful movie. Absolutely wonderful movie. I would encourage you to go see it if you haven't seen it. And number 25, do you like sushi? No, no, and by the way, heck no. I do not like sushi. I don't know how people eat it. Well, let me say this. I've tried cooked sushi. That was okay, but that raw sushi, oh no, Michelle will never do that. I'm sorry. I can't. And that sticky rice, ugh, I don't know how people do it. My brother and his wife and kids, they love sushi, and I really wish I could be that kind of person that just loves sushi, but I just do not. I'm sorry, I don't know how you guys eat that. It is just so disgusting to look at, let alone to eat. Just like I don't do crabs and mussels and ugh, none of that. So that is all I have, you guys. Thank you so very much for giving me just a little bit of your time. And I would encourage you, why don't you guys do I'm sorry, let me open my computer back up. Do the 25 question get to know me tag, okay? I'm not going to tag anybody in this video, but I would encourage you to get out there and do it. Let us find out a little bit about you. So y'all know a little bit more about me now than you did before. And I think I actually did a get to know me video, but this one, you know, I wanted to, because it was like a long list of questions that you could possibly answer. So I picked out the ones that I thought, you know, were very interesting to me. And I may do another one, we'll see. But for now, this is it. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much for my newest subscribers. Thank you so much for those that continue to support me and all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back. And I want to say, enjoy the rest of your day. Continue to be amazing because you deserve it. Until next time, take care.